Hey guys, it's Bus, and this is Balatro. It's a game that asks the question, what if you could play cards at the casino, but they let you play insane Joker cards that would bend the rules in your favor every hand? It turns out the answer to that question is you would have a really good time. The game itself is based on playing those basic poker hands to score enough chips to win the round. Play a hand of cards, like say a 2 pair or a flush, and you get a baseline number of chips, with some hands being worth more chips than others. But then as you play, you find Joker cards. They give bonus chips or multipliers on the chips you earn. So the start of your run could look something like this. But then a few rounds later, it starts looking something like this. The Jokers themselves are just one piece of the puzzle to progressing further and further into the game. You start with your standard deck of cards on ante 1, like level 1, where the targets to beat each round are pretty low. And then as you progress and you beat each level, you gain access to more Jokers or special powered up cards, either through buying them in the shop or from card packs, and the target for each round jumps up and you need to be a little more strategic in order to move forward. Then every 3 rounds you have a boss blind that you try to tip the odds further away from you, either turning off certain types of cards or reducing the chips you earn from each hand, things like that. To help tip things back in your favor, there's a handful of other mechanics that the game introduces as you get further into it. First are the planet cards. These give you a passive increase in the chips and the multipliers for different hands played. So for example, every time you pull the Jupiter planet card, you'll increase the number of chips and the multiplier on each flush you play. Then you have the tarot cards. Some of these transform or augment your normal playing cards, like say turning them into gold so you earn extra money when you play them, or turning them to steel for extra multipliers. They can even change the suit of your selected playing cards, or they could change the rank, turning a 10 into a jack or vice versa. There's also tarot cards that do things like destroy your playing cards, double your money, stuff like that. These can be used as you get them, or you can hold on to them for tougher rounds. It could be really helpful if you're playing against a boss blind that has disabled all of your club cards, but you have a tarot card that lets you turn 3 of your cards into diamonds. There's also the spectral cards. They're a little bit rarer. When you pull one of these, you can add special seals to your cards that do things like make them count twice for score, or they give you a bonus tarot or planet card. Different effects like that. You can even unlock special Jokers as you play, like this legendary Joker that I managed to pull in my last run. When you add all of this together, it creates a fantastic gameplay loop where you don't even feel bad when you lose earlier on. Finishing or hitting a game over screen on a run where you unlock a new Joker card or a new deck of cards will almost always have you pressing the new run button on that screen to start again. I think the sound and the visual design really help play into this as well. The game is so vibrant and colorful, and it matches it with these slick sound effects for the chips and cards. I think the retro style the developer went for really fits, and it helps make the game my new go-to on the Steam Deck, where it just looks so clean and crisp all the time. On the note of the developer, this whole impressive package was put together by just one guy, LocalThunk. He originally wanted to release the game to put on his resume and to share with some friends, and the end result is a game that is a contender for Game of the Year, with massive critical and commercial success, just recently passing over 3.5 million copies sold. You just love to see it. I love this game. I love the feeling of reaching the end of a run with the right Jokers and cards and scoring 100,000 plus points on a basic high card hand. And I even love the feeling of thinking you've made some galaxy brain million point strategy on face cards, and then you run into a boss blind that just turns all of them off. I've probably tried recording footage countless times now for Balatro, because every time I start, I just play for hours and I forget what I was even here to do in the first place. It's an absolute gem of a game, and I can't wait to see what Mr. Thunk cooks up next.